I often feel like I'm falling behind in life. I feel like I was supposed to be further in my life at this point, whether that's career-wise or finance-wise or even just further into my relationship with my girl. It's funny because whenever we tell people we've been dating for 8 years, they immediately ask about the ring, and then I get this look or this feeling of people nudging me to get a ring for her. And yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, I feel like we shouldn't be rushing other people into marriage. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about falling behind in life. First and foremost, you might feel like you're falling behind in life because of social media. You're seeing people that you went to school with buy new cars or a house or other things like that, and you feel like you're behind them because you're the same age as them and you're not in the same position as them, and that's perfectly understandable. It seems like people always talk about how comparison is the thief of joy and you shouldn't compare yourself to other people, and I'd say that's true, but at the end of the day, it's actually more difficult than it looks. Everyone says that cliches are cliche, but they're real things, and that's why it's a cliche. It's one of those things that's easy to say, but it's actually very hard to put into action. It seems like as soon as you go on social media, you're met with some kid that's 16 and they made millions of dollars through some method and now they're selling you a course on it, or somebody that makes 50 grand a month from selling slime and you're making slime and selling it online, and here you are working a manual labor job making $15 an hour and you feel like you're not doing as much as someone else. I feel like I'm this way because I always feel like I have to be doing more. I have to be doing more things. I have to be working more. I have to be working longer hours. I always put pressure on myself to do and accomplish things, but I never give myself time to just chill. I never give myself time to chill because I feel like I'm behind. But it's like, who am I behind? Who's keeping score? Who am I racing? It's not like I'm in a race and I'm trying to finish the race in first. I feel like in life you don't want to finish the race first because then you'd be the late. But I think all this stemmed from me playing video games with my friends and me having ulterior motives. Let me explain what I mean. When I was playing video games with my friends, primarily Call of Duty, I always wanted to be at the top of the scoreboard. In other words, I wanted to be the best on the team. I wanted to be the MVP of the team. Not so I could brag, but I guess it gave me some validation that I was a good player and that, I did good that game. And I fully remember that if I wasn't on the top of the scoreboard for a certain game, I would put on my best class for the next game to try to regain my spot at the top of the scoreboard. And to be honest, it was difficult accepting that, but it was the only thing that felt right. And, let's say I was posting up these scores at the end of games for people to see. People would only see my best games, and they would only see the games where I was on top of the scoreboard. They wouldn't see the games where I was second or third or anywhere else on the scoreboard. Me posting those scores doesn't tell the whole story of me coming in second and then trying my hardest next game to be in first. It doesn't tell the story of me cranking up my headset super loud so I could have the advantage of hearing other people's footsteps to try and get the jump on them so I could kill them faster and do that in rapid succession, and then at the end of the game be on top of the scoreboard. To me, life is similar to traffic. Before you say, well, everyone hates traffic, trust me, I realize that, but I meant in terms of your destination. You can be driving beside someone and literally have no idea where they're going, but there's probably a super small chance that they're not going to the exact same place that you are. Life is the same way. Everyone has their own goals and aspirations, so why are we looking at where other people are going when they're not going to the same place as us? And for the record, I'm calling out myself here too. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I'm not happy with where I am at this point in my life, and I'm doing my best to fix it. The reality is that I shouldn't be comparing myself to other people because trying to plan out your life is basically impossible. You literally have no idea where you'll be in 5 years because life just happens fast sometimes. And I feel like when things are just about to start, ramping up, everything just starts happening so fast. If you told me 5 years ago that my mom would have been out of my life for 3 years because she suddenly passes away and I'd be 25 working in a warehouse, I would have absolutely laughed at you because of how outrageous that thought was. But fast forward 5 years, here I am in that position, and I never would have predicted this outcome. Maybe, working in a warehouse thing, sure, but my mom dying, never would have guessed that in a million years, because that's just not supposed to happen when you're 22. It's supposed to happen when you're like 42 or 52. You know what I mean? To end off the video, I guess I would say it's kind of normal to feel this way. Humans are wired to look at what other people have and compare themselves, but you know what's also good? The effort I'm putting in. At the end of the day, sure, I'm not working the job I want to work. I'm working jobs to pay the bills, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm working, I'm making videos on my evenings, I'm spending time with my girl, my bills are being covered, I'm doing my best. And let this video be a reminder that you are also doing your best. I hope you are. Let this video be a reminder for this new year that there's no such thing as being behind in life. You're just using the wrong measuring stick. You're measuring your life because you saw someone else's success. I can look at all these established channels and say, man, I wish I was like that. But then I could also have some perspective and say, maybe there are other people looking at me saying, man, I wish I was in that position. And you see what I mean? Take your situation and look at it from an outside perspective. Then you'll get some real perspective. And as always, thanks for watching.